One of the toughest decisions an MLB front office has to make is which players to give the bad news to. Your services will no longer be required. There's different ways to do it: outright release, designate for assignment, non-tender, waivers, but they all mean the same thing.
Now you get the hell out of here!
Sometimes the player returns to the organization in the minor leagues, sometimes they catch on elsewhere only to be released again, and sometimes they just call it a career. But today we'll be talking about 10 players who were released or DFA'd by an MLB team and then went on to have an amazing big league career. This isn't about players who already had a great career and then were DFA'd when they were older and no longer as good. That happens all the time, sadly. But this is about younger players who were deemed not to be worthy of a roster spot, but then proved themselves in a huge way somewhere else later on. There have probably been hundreds of examples throughout baseball history, so feel free to add more in the comments section, but these are the top 10 that I thought of that occurred during the last 45 years. So let's jump right into it. Number 10, Liam Hendriks. Liam Hendriks grew up playing baseball in Australia, becoming a premier high school pitcher in Perth, the capital city of Western Australia. The Minnesota Twins took notice and signed him to a professional contract on his 18th birthday. He immediately impressed in rookie ball with a 2.05 ERA in 10 starts and a Gulf Coast League leading 52 strikeouts. He worked his way up the minor league ladder, dominating each level. In 2012, he went 9-3 with a 2.2 ERA in AAA. Unfortunately, his numbers in the big leagues were not as impressive, and after 3 seasons bouncing up and down from AAA, the Twins designated him for assignment. Even though he still had minor league options remaining, Hendriks had shown electric stuff, but couldn't figure it out as a starter, and the Twins never tried him out in the bullpen. The Cubs claimed him off waivers and then almost immediately put him right back on waivers where the Blue Jays claimed him. He again dominated in AAA, going 8-1 with a 2.33 ERA, and he was the starter for the International League All-Star team. But the Blue Jays traded him to the Royals, and then the Royals designated him for assignment after just 6 appearances. He was traded back to the Blue Jays, who finally decided to try him out in the bullpen, and Hendriks pitched very well with a 2.92 ERA and 71 strikeouts in 64 2/3 innings. The Jays traded him to the A's, where he became a staple in the Oakland bullpen and was eventually named the closer. In 2019, he made his first MLB All-Star game and saved 25 games with a 1.8 ERA. In the shortened 2020, he had a 1.78 ERA and finished in the top 10 for the Cy Young. He signed with the White Sox on a 4-year, $54 million deal and led the league with 38 saves in 2021, and then followed it up with 37 more saves in 2022, making back-to-back All-Star teams. Not too bad for a guy who was DFA'd multiple times. Number 9, Tim Wakefield. Next up is Tim Wakefield, a Pittsburgh Pirates draft pick. He was taken in the 8th round of the 1988 draft, receiving a $15,000 signing bonus as a first baseman. Wakefield hit 40 home runs in college, but after hitting just 189 in low A ball, he decided to reinvent himself as a pitcher. But not just any pitcher, he would be a knuckleballer. Wakefield pitched so well in the minors that the Pirates agreed to the full conversion, and in 1991, he led all of the Pirates minor leaguers in wins, innings pitched, and complete games. In 1992, he was 10-3 with a 3.06 ERA in AAA when the Pirates called him up. He dazzled his rookie year, going 8-1 with a 2.15 ERA, finishing 3rd for the Rookie of the Year. And he was also fantastic in the playoffs, beating Tom Glavine twice and throwing a complete game 5-hitter in the NLCS. But after a rough start in 1993, he was sent down. The Pirates kept him in the minors all year in 1994, and then released him in 1995, shortly after the strike ended. The Pirates felt he was just a flash-in-the-pan success, but that wasn't the case. The Red Sox signed him, and Wakefield worked with knuckleball legends Joe and Phil Niekro, and he went 16-8 with the Red Sox in 1995 with a 2.95 ERA. From there, he was a key member of the Red Sox rotation for 17 years, and he helped them to win 2 World Series championships. He made an All-Star team in 2009 and retired with 200 wins and 2,156 strikeouts. Number 8, Dave Stewart. Right-handed pitcher Dave Stewart was drafted out of high school by the Los Angeles Dodgers in 1975. He dominated A-ball in 77, going 17-4 with a 2.15 ERA, and was in AAA by the end of the year. Despite continuing to pitch well, the Dodgers only gave him him limited opportunities in the big leagues until they were forced to put him on the big league roster or release him in 1981 when he ran out of minor league options. He barely made the team, but spent the season in the bullpen, pitching well with a 2.49 ERA, and he even picked up 6 saves. Stewart continued to pitch well for the Dodgers in the years to come until they traded him to the Rangers in a controversial move, as fans thought Stewart was the team's best pitcher. "I've been doing so little in LA that this is the best thing for me," said Stewart. He was put into the rotation for the Rangers and went 5-2 with a 2.14 ERA down the stretch. However, Stewart struggled in 1984, going 7-14 with a 4.73 ERA. In 1985, he was sent back to the bullpen, and after one particular rough appearance, he was booed by the Rangers fans. Stewart said, "I'd say to those idiots, okay partner, come on out and see how you do." The Rangers traded him to the Phillies in September of 1985. Then, in May of 1986, after struggling with a 6.57 ERA, they released him. It looked like it might be a career for Dave Stewart, but the Oakland A's offered him a contract. He had one more shot, and he took it, literally, as he decked Cleveland manager Pat Corrales during a bench-clearing brawl, resulting in a 5-game suspension. But after that, Stewart pitched well the rest of the season and earned a 2-year, $500,000 contract. Starting in 1987, he became a superstar, winning at least 20 games in 4 straight seasons. During that 4-year stretch, he never finished lower than 4th for the Cy Young, led the league in complete games twice, and won a total of 84 games. He made the All-Star game in 1989, the same year he helped lead the A's to a World Series title with a 1.69 ERA in the World Series. He later won another ring with the Blue Jays in 1993, winning the ALCS MVP along the way with a 2.03 ERA in the series. It was quite the career recovery after it looked like it was all over when the Phillies released him way back in 1986. Number 7, Kevin Gausman. Current Toronto Blue Jays ace Kevin Gausman was at one time a potential first-round bust after a few rough years in the big leagues. He was drafted in the first round by the Baltimore Orioles in 2012 out of Louisiana State and pitched well in the minors, although he didn't exactly dominate. He made his big league debut in 2013 and bounced up and down from AAA that year, never getting completely comfortable anywhere. And it was the same story year after year until he finally got an extended shot in 2016, and he went 9-12 with a 3.61 ERA. He showed some signs of greatness, at one point pitching 21 consecutive scoreless innings. Gausman was the 2017 opening day starter for the Orioles, but that year he went 11-12 with a 4.68 ERA. In 2018, the Orioles traded him to the Atlanta Braves for prospects and international signing money. With Atlanta in 2019, Gausman struggled in 16 starts, going 3-7 with a career worst 6.19 ERA. He was designated for assignment. Gausman was claimed off waivers by the Cincinnati Reds and put in the bullpen. He went 0-2 with a 4.03 ERA in 15 games, and although the Reds could have brought him back in 2020, they non-tendered him, essentially letting him go for nothing, and he became a free agent. At this point, Gausman was a former first-round pick who never completely panned out, never made an all-star team, and he had been both DFA'd and non-tendered. But one team thought he had something left, and it was the San Francisco Giants, who signed him to a 1-year deal. In the COVID-shortened 2020 season, he showed serious stuff, striking out 79 batters in 59 innings with a deadly splitter that he had now mastered. The Giants offered him the $18.9 million qualifying offer, and he accepted, returning in 2021 to go 14-6 with a 2.81 ERA and 10.6 strikeouts per 9 innings. He made his first All-Star team and finished 6th for the Cy Young, helping the Giants win a franchise record 107 games. He then signed a 5-year, $110 million deal with Toronto and finished 9th for the Cy Young in 2022. Then made another All-Star team in 2023 and just helped the Jays win an AL pennant in 2025 with a dominant performance in the ALDS and ALCS. He's certainly come a long way since being DFA'd back in 2019. Number 6, Max Muncy. The Los Angeles Dodgers just recently picked up their 2026 option on Max Muncy, agreeing to pay the slugger $10 million to return to LA. But his career was on a completely different path about 10 years ago. Muncy was drafted in the 5th round of the 2012 draft by the Oakland Athletics. He showed some impressive power in 2013 between high A AAA and AA, crushing 25 bombs and 25 doubles while driving in 100 runs with a .273 batting average. He made his big league debut in 2015 and hit just .206 with 3 home runs and 102 at-bats. In 2016, he hit .186 with 2 home runs in 51 games, and the A's likely decided that he was not big league material. They designated him for assignment, and he cleared waivers, meaning no other team wanted his services. They sent him to minor league camp for 2017 spring training, then released him altogether just as the season was set to begin. He could have retired right then and there, and nobody would have thought anything of it. Instead, Muncy signed a minor league deal with the Los Angeles Dodgers, and with AAA Oklahoma City, he hit .309 with 12 home runs. He was sent back to OKC to start the 2018 season, but was quickly promoted after a hot start. And then he started hitting home runs at a blistering pace in the big leagues, breaking a Dodgers record with 20 home runs in his first 183 at-bats. He was selected to participate in the Home Run Derby and ended the year with 35 bombs, and then he hit 35 more in 2019, proving it was no fluke. Muncy has been a regular in the Dodgers lineup ever since, has made 2 All-Star teams, and currently has 214 career home runs and counting. It's crazy to think he was not only DFA'd by the Oakland A's, but cleared waivers, was sent to the minors, and then completely released before his amazing career resurgence with the Los Angeles Dodgers. Number 5, Justin Turner. Veteran third baseman Justin Turner just completed his 17th big league season and has put together an impressive career that seemed very unlikely to happen back around 2013. He was drafted in the 7th round of the 2006 draft by the Cincinnati Reds and quickly impressed in rookie ball, hitting .338 in 60 games while showing his versatility by playing every infield position and the outfield. He continued to rake in the minors, but the Reds decided to use him as a trade piece, sending him to the Orioles for veteran catcher Ramon Hernandez. Turner was sent to AAA and hit .300 in 108 games, although he hit just 2 home runs. The Orioles promoted him, but he went 3 for 22 during his first cup of coffee. The next year, after going 0 for 9, the Orioles decided that Justin Turner ain't it, and they designated him for assignment. He was claimed off waivers by the New York Mets and hit .333 with their AAA team, showing more power with 11 home runs. He got an extended shot in 2011 and set a Mets rookie record for most consecutive games with an RBI, but Justin Turner's career never really took off with New York, and after 3 seasons there, he was non-tendered, making him an unrestricted free agent during the 2013 to 2014 offseason. His career was in jeopardy until Dodgers bench coach Tim Wallach saw him hitting at a Cal State Fullerton alumni game. Wallach was impressed and asked Turner if he was getting any offers from any other team since the Mets let him go. Turner was honest and said he had 0 offers from anyone. Wallach convinced the Dodgers to sign Justin Turner to a minor league deal, and he made the 2014 Dodgers team out of spring training. The Dodgers had some injury issues, which gave Turner more playing time than expected, and he took full advantage, hitting .340 with 7 home runs and 43 RBIs in 288 at-bats. He earned a 1-year, $2.5 million deal, became the starting third baseman, and hit .294 with 16 home runs in 2015, then tore it up in the playoffs, hitting .526 in the NLDS. In 2016, he smashed 27 home runs, and in 2017 had his best year yet, hitting .322 while making his first All-Star team. Justin Turner became a top-tier player and helped the Dodgers win the World Series in 2020, hitting .320 with 2 home runs. He moved on to Boston and hit 23 homers with 96 RBIs in 2023 before spending time with Seattle, Toronto, and this year, the Chicago Cubs. Number 4, J.D. Martinez. J.D. Martinez wasn't taken until the 20th round of the 2009 draft out of Division II Nova Southeastern University by the Houston Astros. He was an amazing hitter in college, but could he hit professional pitching? Martinez immediately answered yes by hitting .341 in 2010 between single and AA. In 2010, still in AA, he was hitting .338 with 13 home runs when the Astros promoted him. He showed potential in the big leagues, hitting .274 in his first 54 games, but ended up bouncing up and down over the next couple of years until the Astros decided that Martinez was not going to be a part of their future during 2014 spring training. They outrighted him off the major league roster and released him. Martinez signed a minor league deal with the Detroit Tigers, and after a hot start in Toledo, was promoted back to the big leagues, where he hit .315 with 23 home runs, immediately cementing himself into the Tigers' everyday lineup. In 2015, he made his first All-Star team and hit .282 with 38 home runs and 102 RBIs. He hit over .300 for 4 straight seasons, moving on to the Diamondbacks, then Red Sox, where he became a critical piece of their lineup in 2018 when they won it all. He led the league with 130 RBIs and 358 total bases, and finished 4th for the MVP. He made 4 All-Star teams with Boston and then another with the Dodgers in 2023. The 6-time All-Star and 3-time Silver Slugger's baseball career appears now to be over, but he is planning to become a professional pickleball player. Real talk. Number 3, Jose Bautista. Jose Bautista was drafted by the Pittsburgh Pirates in the 20th round of the 2000 MLB draft out of Chipola College in Florida. In his first season of minor league ball with the Hickory Crawdads, he hit .301 with 14 homers and a .402 on-base percentage. He continued to play well, but before he was added to the 40-man roster, the Baltimore Orioles snagged him in the Rule 5 draft, adding him to the 2004 opening day roster. He then bounced around like a hot potato that season, getting DFA'd, sent to waivers, and traded multiple times. The Orioles DFA'd him after just 11 at-bats, although he did have 3 hits, and he was claimed by the Rays, who DFA'd him after 12 at-bats and sent him to the Royals, who traded him to the Mets, and before the Mets even put him in a single game, just a few minutes after they got him, they traded him back to the Pirates, who got a second chance to enjoy the services of this future superstar. And they actually used him for a couple years. Bautista was decent, hitting .254 with 15 home runs in 2007, but the Pirates traded him to the Toronto Blue Jays, where he would finally realize his full potential. In 2010, he led the league with 54 home runs, drove in 124 runs, won a Silver Slugger, and finished 4th for the MVP. The Jays gave him a 5-year, $54 million extension, and he kept crushing the baseball. He made 6 straight All-Star teams, averaging 38 home runs per year, leading the league in RBIs twice, while finishing in the top 10 for the MVP 4 times. And he hit a dramatic game-winning bomb in the 2015 ALDS, resulting in one of the most famous bat flips of all time. Number 2, Kyle Schwarber. Kyle Schwarber was a first-round, 4th overall pick by the Chicago Cubs in 2014. He was a top prospect who hit .344 with 18 home runs in his first 72 games in the minor leagues. He continued to tear it up in the minors in 2015, forcing a call-up to Chicago. He became a regular, setting a Cubs record with 5 postseason bombs. Unfortunately, a left leg injury kept him out of 2016, although he did appear in the World Series as a pinch hitter and DH, hitting .412, helping the Cubs win their first world title since 1908. It seemed Schwarber's career was on the right track despite the injury, but in 2017, after a slow start, he was demoted to AAA. He returned to the Cubs after the All-Star break and finished the season strong. Schwarber continued to be a huge home run threat, smashing 26 bombs in 2018, then 38 in 2019. Then in 2020, the COVID-shortened season, he never really got going and hit just .188 with 11 home runs. But fortunately for the Cubs, he was still under their control for the 2021 season, where he surely would bounce back with a full season of production. But the Cubs didn't want him. They shockingly non-tendered Kyle Schwarber, simply letting him go for nothing, and instead signed Jock Peterson, who they traded to the Braves mid-season. Schwarber signed with the Nationals, and with them and the Red Sox, he hit .266 with 32 home runs and made his first All-Star team. But then he got even better after signing a 4-year, $79 million contract with the Phillies. He won a Silver Slugger in 2022 with a league-leading 46 home runs, then smashed 6 homers in the postseason, 3 in the World Series. In 2024, he led the league in walks while continuing to hit for big power, and then this year, he had his best season yet, leading the league with 56 home runs and 132 RBIs while making his 3rd All-Star team. And at that All-Star game, he impressed the world with 3 home runs in 3 swings during the first ever swing-off, giving the National League the victory. He's now set for a huge payday in free agency. Number 1, David Ortiz. But coming in at number 1 has to be a Hall of Famer, David Ortiz, who was first signed as an international free agent by the Seattle Mariners way back in 1992. While he was still in the low minor leagues, he was traded to the Twins to complete an earlier trade. David Ortiz was the player to be named later. Literally, because before being traded to the Twins, he was known as David Arias, but informed the Twins that he preferred David Ortiz. And in 1997, he hit 31 home runs with 124 RBIs in the minor leagues between High A, Double A, and Triple A. He made his big league debut that year and hit .327 with a homer in his first 49 at-bats. Still, the Twins kept him mostly in AAA over the next couple years, and in 1999, he crushed 30 homers with 110 RBIs for the Salt Lake Buzz. The Twins never gave him an extended shot until 2000, and he hit .282 with 10 home runs and an impressive .364 on-base percentage. In 2001, he started the year hot, but a wrist fracture derailed his season, and he hit just .234. In 2002, he bounced back, especially in the second half, when he hit .297 with 15 homers and 42 RBIs. He hit his first, but definitely not last, walk-off home run in September, and hit a clutch double in the ALDS. The Twins had control of Ortiz for 2002, and all the signs were there that this was a star in the making. But the Twins released him outright. The story goes that in the offseason, Pedro Martinez had a chance encounter with Ortiz at a restaurant in the Dominican Republic and was reminded of the time that Ortiz crushed a home run off him. He convinced the Red Sox, who needed a first baseman, to sign Ortiz, and they gave him a one-year deal. Ortiz thanked the Red Sox by hitting .288 with 30 home runs and 101 RBIs, finishing 5th for the MVP and immediately making the Twins look stupid. He went on to get even better over the next 14 years, and with Boston, he made 10 All-Star teams and won 7 Silver Sluggers, averaging 35 home runs per season. He finished in the top 10 for the MVP 7 times and helped the Red Sox win 3 World Series championships with multiple walk-off hits and clutch home runs. He won the World Series MVP award in 2013 with a .688 average and 2 bombs. David Ortiz retired as the greatest DH to ever play the game, and he was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2022, about 20 years after he was released by the Twins. And that's gonna do it for today's countdown, talking about some of the greatest players who have ever been released, DFA'd, non-tendered, cut loose by an MLB team before they went on to become absolute superstars. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know some more examples in the comments section down below, because I know I forgot a ton. This is just 10 that I thought about that have happened over my lifetime. So hit that thumbs up and subscribe button if you enjoyed the video. Thanks for all the comments and the suggestions. Look forward to more videos very soon, and we'll talk to y'all in the next one.